What can make your 1981 Lincoln penny extremely rare and valuable? That's what we're looking at today. So definitely watch this whole video if you guys want to learn which coins are rare and valuable and why. And you can also look for these errors on other dated pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, dollars, and so on as well that can make those coins valuable. So let's start off here with a pretty major, pretty obvious, and pretty visual mint error. So this coin here has a partial brockage, which we can see there on the obverse of the coin. This penny ended up selling for $169 at auction. Next up, 1981 Denver minted Lincoln cent D mint mark. This coin has double curved clips. So you see that large clip and then you see that little clip there at the top of the coin, and it does have a partial collar around the rim of the coin where it's kind of thicker there. This coin sold for $84 at auction. Those are very obvious mint errors. Now keep in mind, these are very common coins to have. But if you have a 1981 with a D mint mark below the date and it grades at a mint state 67 red, it could be worth some money. This one here in particular sold for $180. So a 70 is the best grade you can get on the coin grading scale. This coin at a 67 red sold for 180 bucks. Now if we compare that to this coin, same exact coin, it's just one grade lower at a mint state 66 red. So a little worse condition, but one grade can make a tremendous difference in value. We go from a $180 coin at a mint state 66 red to a $10 to $15 coin here. The coin sold for $13 at a mint state 66 red. So huge difference, very risky to grade common coins like that unless you are very confident you're going to get a top grade. Now here is a double strike taking place on a 1981 Lincoln penny. It also has been broad struck. You can kind of see around the rim of the coin how it looks stretched out. That is the broad strike, and then of course you could see the double strike very visible there. This coin sold for a little over $70 at auction. And let's move on here to something that you can also look for on other coins as well. This coin sold for $55 at auction because it has that die break there. You see that extra blob of metal at the top of the coin going through Lincoln's head. Now that's also referred to as a cud. So you can look for cuds, die breaks on all kinds of different coins. Typically the larger the blob of metal there, the cud, the more you can get out of those coins. Free silver coin giveaways every Tuesday and Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time only on the Whatnot app. No catch, guys. Free silver giveaways. Plus, you get the $15 credit to spend on the Whatnot app. You can purchase any product from any seller and use your $15 credit today. Download the Whatnot app at the link in the comments below or scan the QR code on the screen. All right, next up, something very obvious. I have found these from the bank myself. This coin sold for over $50 as well. Looks very normal here on the reverse, but here on the obverse, it looks very distorted. This coin was struck through a late stage die cap, all right, capped die. So that's the error. If you ever find one that kind of looks weird and off and distorted like this, it's most likely a capped die error coin. So some of them can be valuable, some of them, you know, more affordable, like this coin, $51. Moving on to a 1981 Denver minted Lincoln penny that sold for $90 at auction. It has been struck off center onto a straight clipped planchet. So a lot of different things going on there. One, you got an off center strike. Two, it's got a straight clipped planchet. So this coin, 90 bucks. Next up, another clip taking place here, and also an off-center strike, struck 40% off-center, clipped planchet, sold for $192. Probably not finding those in coin rolls, right? Just like this next coin, but I had to add them in since they are 1981 pennies. This is a fold-over strike. Again, this coin sold for $840. We're not finding stuff like that in coin rolls. But this next coin, we looked at the 1981 D mint mark, right? The high graded version of that coin. Now this is the 1981 no mint mark, so you will not see a mint mark below the date. That means that this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Now this has a very nice grade of a mint state 68 red, and the coin sold for nearly $1,000 at auction. But if we compare it to a mint state 65 red, this coin only sold for around $10 at auction, 3 grades lower. So it's a big difference in values there. You really have to get the top grade for those to be valuable, unless you have a mint error like this next coin. This coin has an indent error here on the obverse of the coin. 1981 pennies sold for around $50 at auction. Now keep in mind there's other key dates and which are low minted coins that you can look for as well. Now 1981, it's not a key date coin. They produced a lot of these pennies. So you either have to look for mint errors or have a top graded coin for them to be valuable. So this next coin, obvious off center strike here. This coin sold for around $80 at auction. This next coin, off center strike, sold for around $130 at auction. And then we move on here to a Lincoln penny design from 1981 that was accidentally struck onto a Roosevelt dime planchet. So a 10-cent planchet. So what was supposed to happen was a Roosevelt dime design was supposed to be struck onto this planchet. However, when the coin was being minted, a Lincoln cent design was accidentally struck onto a 10-cent planchet. That's why the coin sold for $337. Now this next coin, even more valuable and a little bit different. So in this case, the dime design had already been struck onto the planchet, and the Lincoln penny design was struck on top of the dime design, on top of the dime. So the dime was already made. So you see both designs of the dime and the Lincoln penny. That is a double denomination. This coin ended up selling for $822 at auction. Now in 1981, you also have the S Mint mark, which is the San Francisco Mint. All right, so this coin has a perfect grade of a proof 70 red deep cameo type 1. All right, so there are type 1 and type 2 different S Mint marks for 1981, and here is an example of the type 1 S Mint mark, and here's an example of the type 2. Let's go back, type 1, and then type 2. So for the type 1 here, this coin sold for $1,500 at a perfect 70 grade. You cannot get any higher than a 70 on the coin grading scale. And this is a proof coin. So this is what you will see in your proof coin sets from 1981. Those sets are released each and every year. Now, if we look at a type 2 graded at a 69, proof 69 red, deep cameo, this coin sold for $211. So depends on which type you have, and it depends on the grade of the coin. If we also look at a type 1 here at a 67 red ultra cameo, this coin only sold for $10, whereas the perfect grade sold for $1,500. And then also the type 2 that sold for over $200, this coin at a proof 66 type 2 sold for just $45. So one grade, a couple grades will make a huge difference in values for those coins. Don't forget to hit the links in the comments below, guys. Get your $15 credit to spend over on the Whatnot app. I'm giving away gold. I'm giving away silver. We do giveaways for free. Anyone that's watching on Whatnot, even if you don't buy anything, you're still eligible to get into those giveaways just by pressing enter giveaway when you're watching on the Whatnot app. It's that simple. It's the only place I sell coins at auction. So if you guys want to join us over there and have some fun, hit the link in the comments below. There's tons of other sellers that do free giveaways every single day over there, so you guys can just hop around different streams and enter giveaways. Not that I should probably encourage that, but I mean, that's a lot of people do enjoy doing that. So if you guys want to come over to Whatnot, hit the link in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.